What's up, boys? Taking a look at some more NFL player props today over on prizepicks. Early morning upload if you guys do have those post notifications on. And if you guys are new, I recommend subscribe to the channel with those post notifications on so you guys do not miss future videos. But over on prizepicks here, or if you guys are on another site, I have a player prop for you guys for NFL. We've had a very, very good NFL season so far and a pretty good NBA season as well. If you guys are not on prizepicks though, I highly recommend joining. You guys can get a 100% deposit match up to $100 if you guys use my code DOMG when you guys do sign up. You guys must be 18 years or older, and it is available in most states. The link is down in my description below. For example, though, if you guys deposit $60, they'll match it, give you guys another $60 in promo funds, $120 total to play with. Again, that's prizepicks. Link is down in my description below. Use my code DOMG. And finally, before we hop in, I'll make this nice and quick here because I don't like these really long intros, and I know you guys don't either. But the Patreon link is down in the description below. You guys will get access to all my plays with them ranked in confidence levels. So far on Sundays, by the way, the top play is 5-0-1. So far this year. So we have not missed a single time this season for the top play ranked by confidence level on a Sunday. So $10.99 for NFL. NBA is $11.99. We had a pretty solid NBA day yesterday at 4-2. Definitely could have been a lot better, but 4-2, man, you can't really go wrong with that. I was hoping for 5-1 or the 6-0 sweep, of course, but $15.99 for all sports, which includes NBA and NFL season. So regular season right there, awesome. If you guys are interested in joining, we're up to 213 members. By the way, you guys have been killing it by joining the Patreon. I seriously appreciate you guys because it obviously helps me out a ton, and I really do appreciate it. So price was linked down in the description below, Patreon link down in the description below, and also subscribe with those post notifications on. And that's pretty much it. Really long intro, sorry about that. Let's hop in though and finally talk about this player prop. So this is available on more sites than prizepicks. However, I'm running this on prizepicks, although there's tons of value on the prizepicks board. I'm telling you guys, Patreon knows the value that I was talking about. There's already been a lot of bumps, by the way, because of just how much value was on this board. But let's take a look here at Kenneth Walker over 70.5 rushing yards. This is going to be my prop for today's video here. It is not the top play over on the Patreon at the moment. I might switch around my rankings. I might see. I'm not quite sure yet. So especially with the bumps that have been going on. But Kenneth Walker over 70.5 rushing yards is going to be my prop right here. Take your own risk. Look into these more on your own, and let me explain why. So pretty much, there's no Rashad Penny. So there's no Rashad Penny. In the last 2 weeks, he's had 88 rushing yards and 97 rushing yards. So you got to kind of take the first game, though, where Penny went down at, I believe, the end of the Saints game right here. But he had 8 attempts right here for 88 yards. So, not every game he's going to have 11 yards per carry. But if you take a look at last week, he had 21 attempts for 97 yards against the Cardinals. So we had a really good spot right there. My head's kind of blocking it right there. But anyways, he had 1 rushing touchdown right there with 13 reception yards. But we're focused on the rushing yards here. But 21 attempts. He is at 16.5 rush attempts on the sports books, I believe. But let's take a look here into this game to kind of give us more of an idea of this prop right here. So he is on the road going to Los Angeles here. The over-under is 50.5. So it's a very high over-under. They're expecting a lot of offense in this game, which means it should be pretty good for the rushing yards on this prop right here. The spread is -4.5 for the Chargers, which isn't exactly great when you're taking a look at a rushing prop. However, I think he can definitely still get it done. It's not like crazy blowout potential or anything like that. The Chargers like to play down their opponents at most of the time, so I'm not really worried about the 4.5 point spread right there. I don't think it'll get super out of hand, but I'm really loving the over-under right there in that game. But if you also take a look at the odds on this right here, so -113 on sportsbooks. He's up to -133 though on some other ones right there. So I always love taking a look at the odds. Some people agree with that, some people don't, but he's about a -115 over on the sports books, so not really anything super crazy with the odds. However, he is definitely favored to go over on most of these books just by a little bit, so especially on this book right here. So, but a lot of them are -113, -115, things like that. But anyways, that is Kenneth Walker right there. I like him over 70.5 rushing yards right there. So that's pretty much that prop right there. Let's take a look though at some other props. Take a look at some leans and things like that. Real quick though, quick reminder, prizepicks link down in the description below along with the Patreon link. 3 different tiers. You guys can get my rankings for all these different props. 4-2 for NBA yesterday. We've had a couple sweeps too for NFL when it comes to Thursday night and Monday night football. So we have not had a Sunday sweep yet. However, there's always usually 7 plays at least on the Sunday slate. So it's kind of hard to sweep a slate when you have 7 plays. But anyways, rushing attempts here. There is a rushing attempts play that I do have over on the Patreon. That's actually been bumped, unfortunately. So they just bumping a lot of things, man. I usually love tackle plus assist props, by the way. Man, they sold me, honestly, last Thursday. Alvin Kamara killed it, but the tackle plus assist props, man, they kind of sold for me last Thursday. By the way, on the hook, had 2 on the hook, I believe, for tackle plus assist props on Thursday. So that kind of hurt, but Anyways, I usually love the tackle plus assist props, but not on Sundays. Thursday and Monday Night Football, those are pretty solid. I love reception props, by the way. Reception props, I've really usually loved quite a bit. Hayden Hurst over 3 receptions is a little bit interesting to me. I do kind of like the spot for Hayden Hurst in this game against Atlanta. I think he can definitely get this one done. How's the over-under looking on this game for the Bengals game? I don't even think I have a prop for this game, if I'm not wrong. But anyways, 6.5 point spread right there, 47.5. That's not a terrible spot right there. I kind of like Hayden Hurst over 3 receptions a little bit, man. Not a terrible spot for Hayden Hurst. Not on my official plays or anything like that. I'm not playing him, but it is definitely an interesting spot that I'm interested in. Jonathan Taylor should be favored to go under 2.5, I believe, right there. Or some other interesting ones I was taking a look at. I definitely love to focus on these reception props. DJ Moore at 4 receptions is crazy low, I will say, on PrizePicks. That's crazy value, by the way, for being on PrizePicks. So, anyways, Chuba is going to be an interesting spot too. I'm not playing Chuba, I will say. So is that Chuba? I don't know how to say his name. I'm just going to call him Hubbard. But Barkley over 3 receptions is an interesting spot too, but I'm not playing it because of how many pushes he's had. He'll be facing Jacksonville. This is a super interesting spot, I will say. Of all the teams, Jacksonville is favored against the Giants. I don't know why this is. I'm honestly very, very interested in why the Giants are not favored against Jacksonville after they beat the Packers and they beat the Ravens. Now they're facing Jacksonville. It's interesting to me, I will say, but sportsbooks know something. So if I had to guess, man, I'd probably say the Jaguars win that one, I guess. But anyways, Christian Kirk. I've been loving some Christian Kirk earlier in the season, but he has fallen off 2, 1, and 4 receptions the last 3 weeks right there. Mark Andrews should be playing. He's expected to play. I've been loving some Mark Andrews as well, but that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover, I think, over here on PrizePicks. Any more that I was taking a look at? Hilaire. I was looking into Hilaire a little bit, but he's just kind of fallen off recently. He had 0 receptions last week, so not the biggest fan of that. They definitely been. I'll have a Sunday Night Football video for you guys, by the way, up on the channel. So stay tuned for that. That'll be dropping later today. So you guys can take a look at that one if you guys do want. Pickens is at 4 receptions. But and again, you guys have to subscribe to the channel with those post notifications on if you guys want to see that video. Highly recommend doing so. And I think that's pretty much about it. Passing touchdowns on the board here. Rodgers at 1.5. Who has been, he only went under this one time against the Jets. Now he's facing Washington, though. He's been over 4 out of his last 5 games, so I feel like that could be a little bit low. I'm not sure what the odds are on him to throw 2 touchdowns, but they definitely got to get the rushing attack going, though. I'm not sure what Green Bay's doing with their rushing attack. They got A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, and they're just not running the ball, which is weird. I don't know. Green Bay's been, let down so far this year, but Phillip Walker, dude, 140.5 passing yards. That's kind of sad. That's pretty much it, though. If you guys, again, PrizePicks link down in the description below, Patreon link down in the description below, all my plays ranked, all that different stuff. You guys can check that out if you guys want. And that's pretty much about to do it, man. So use my code DMG on PrizePicks, Patreon link, PrizePicks link. Already said that, but subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next one. Take your own risk and look into these more on your own. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out, boys.